and Tom Brady. NFL sources tell us that no decision has been made as of today. Here's what we do know. A suspension for Brady is certainly possible, and a decision could be made as early as this week. Mike Reese, our Patriots reporter, wrote, "I truly can't believe what the commissioner has done to the legacy and reputation of one of the greatest quarterbacks and ambassadors in the history of the game. All over air pressure in a football, and without definitive proof he had anything to do with it." Ryan Clark, our NFL analyst, tweeted the following last week: "We all were generally aware that the Patriots pushed the rules. We also knew it was more probable than not that they cheat. No news here." Obviously played against the Patriots before. Ryan, let's talk about Tom Brady. Mike Reese is trying to say that he's paying a price for what the Patriots' reputation is. Do you believe that will happen?
I think that plays into it. It definitely does. You talk about a team involved in Spygate, and that was a huge deal. You know, if people feel like they've won Super Bowls through Spygate. I played in Pittsburgh. When you play in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots were always fighting for that AFC championship, always fighting to go to the Super Bowl. And being around a lot of men who never make excuses, I heard them say, man, every play we call, I felt like they knew which play was coming.
Really?
Being against, playing with guys who, I would just say this about him, obviously you're going to know who he is, one of the most unpredictable defensive players to ever play the game, said, man, every time I would blitz, even if it was called, it was like they knew. They had the correct play call for it. And so when you think about things like that, as far as the players and the coaches are concerned, there's definitely a history of cheating that has gone on with the New England Patriots. Now, you look at this situation. I got to practice with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady this fall. And you got to watch them practice. Tom Brady, if there's a 15-yard comeback and you don't run 15 yards, he's on the guys. If the ball's not right, if he doesn't have the ball centered where he wants it, if it's not on the right hash when the play's supposed to be there, he's talking to the ball boys. He's getting the equipment managers lined up and where he wants them to go. Bill Belichick wouldn't even go to the offensive field when Tom Brady was over there with the offense running the plays because he had that much control over there, and Bill oversaw everything. So when you look at this situation, quarterbacks who don't win football games, who don't win Super Bowls, have the balls exactly how they want the balls. And if they're not, the equipment managers, the ball boys, they have to fix it. So to think that Tom Brady knew nothing about what was going on with these balls or didn't order them to have them a certain way would be foolish. Now, the punishment, you look at Carolina, they had a situation to where, you know, they had stick them on, San Diego had stick them on their towels. You know, they were punished. Atlanta Falcons, pumping crowd noise into the stadium. They were punished. They lost a draft pick. They were also fined.
The Vikings and Panthers were heating their balls.
But they were warned, right? They didn't get any.
They got warned.
They got warned. So this situation, when you bring up the report, when Ted Wells becomes involved, when it's such a huge game, when it's such a big deal, and you combine that with what the Patriots have done previously, Tom Brady's definitely going to pay a price for it. He gained a competitive advantage. If you take PEDs, you gain a competitive advantage. Those people missed 4 games. I look for Tom Brady to be suspended for 4 games.
You're saying he deserves it?
I think he does.
Are you also saying that when you pointed out how Bill Belichick was on the other side of the field focusing on the defense, is that your way of saying that Bill Belichick had nothing to do with this?
The report says Bill Belichick.
I know that, but I'm asking you.
No, that wasn't my way of saying that. That was my way of saying Tom Brady truly has control on what's going on.
In other words, he has control on what's going on with that team, and it could very conceivably have nothing to do with the head coach because he's preoccupied with other things because he trusts that Tom Brady just do what Tom Brady wants to do?
Yes.
But that's what I've been saying all along.
That's why you're wrong.
That's what I've been saying, and I'm right because here's the deal. First of all, I believe I was right. Then Ted Wells validated it because what I've been saying, Ryan, is exactly what you were saying about Tom Brady. When this man sat across from me, no, Tom Brady, not the choir boy, not the man with the supermodel wife, not the dude with does nothing wrong. I said, no one touches the football more than he does. He's the quarterback.
He should be suspended for 4 games.
I'm talking about before the Wells report came out. Okay. I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about. When news first broke about the Flakegate, I was like, there's no way he didn't know. When he said, I don't know. I said the press conference was awful. We agreed on that. He was absolutely awful, wasn't convincing at all. But I've contended that Bill Belichick is preoccupied with too many other things to be wondering about the weight of a football. He probably told people, do what Tom Brady tells you to do. Whatever he needs you to do, do it. And then be done with it. And he goes about his merry way because he doesn't have to throw the football. His quarterback has to throw the football. He might have done that, but in terms of sitting there and going like this, let's lower the pressure of the football. I just find it hard to believe that Bill Belichick is preoccupied with such a thing. Having said all of that, where I veer away and I understand, I defer to football players because I didn't play in the NFL. My whole thing is air pressure in a football, really, 45-7, you stomped it. It's not about the it's about the intent. The intent. It's the intent. I get all of that. But in the end, I'm just looking at it, and I thought it was much ado about nothing. But all of you guys in the NFL, you feel differently instead of Teddy Bruschi. Teddy Bruschi is like, look, he doesn't believe a word about this about Tom Brady. Not a word about it.
You're supposed to ride with your guy. It don't work like that on first 48, but I guess you can do it here.
Yeah, I guess you can do it here. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's no way that Tom Brady did not know. There is no way he does not deserve to be suspended. He definitely deserves about 4 games. But I believe Bill Belichick deserves 0.
Oh, really? 0 games? Well, did you listen to Mr. Clark's opening soliloquy in which he told you that for years and years, Ryan and his Pittsburgh Steelers teammates believed there was a culture of cheating in New England?
Can I answer that?
Am I right?
Yes, he did say that.
Cheating.
He answered that?
Yes. Did that come from Tom Brady?
Hugh Douglas used to work here. Hugh Douglas once said to me the thing that drove them crazy, they've never seen a quarterback like a Dan Marino, for example. It didn't matter what call they made. He'd literally walk up to, Dan Marino would walk up to the line of scrimmage, and he would tell you who's going to do what. He knew everything. And it drove them crazy because he figured, I guess I was under the assumption that the great quarterbacks know so much that they think
we're not talking about what the quarterback calls at the line of scrimmage. We're talking about knowing what your defensive call is.
Yeah.
The blitz is coming from his teammate in the secondary who's unnamed.
But that's what
we know who you're talking about.
But that's what I just said. In other words, I'm saying that's what they're saying. The great quarterbacks know that. That's what I was told. I don't know.
He's saying pre-snap they're either intercepting the signals or something is happening. Back to Spygate, where they were videotaping the defensive signals during the first half so that they could decipher them at halftime, so they would have a better idea to call it from the press box with binoculars. They could signal down to the offense, they're going to blitz, whatever the defense called is. That's a culture. That's a history of cheating. So my point to you is, Tom Brady is going to get punished in part because of the culture that was set up by Bill Belichick. And we're going all the way back to the first Super Bowl that they won when they were accused post-Super Bowl by the Rams of videotaping the Saturday walkthrough. Remember that? Yeah. Now, again, they denied it. I don't know what happened, but the Rams were adamant that they got videotaped, and they said they had evidence. Nothing ever came of it. Then the Panthers were adamant. They got videotaped the night before, the Saturday walkthrough before. Their Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. So there's 2. And again, where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know what came out of nothing came out of either one of them, but both teams are still adamant. Remember, Marty Herney during Super Bowl week talked openly about it on his radio show. Yep. He said, I'm sorry, I'm going to go to my, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but I'm going to go to my grave knowing that they videotaped our workout and gave them a distinct advantage over us in the Super Bowl game the following day. So my point is, you don't think Bill Belichick would know if Tom Brady were deflating footballs? This is a man who rules with the most iron fist of any coach in the National Football League. He knows every detail. No, he has total control of the franchise, top to bottom, from a football perspective, right?
Let me direct traffic. There's something wrong with your mic. We're going to have to go to break.
How do you know? You can hear him talking to you, too?
I'm here for you because they weren't hearing you. They weren't hearing for you because I want the audience, the world, to hear my man. Your mic's messed up.
New moderator, Kerry Champion. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
That's what we're going to do.